Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. This evening I am again putting together what looks like a PowerPoint kind of presentation regarding the second week of my £20 food budget for the week. It was a bit different because I wasn't feeling too good at the beginning of the week, so it's worked out not too bad. However, it's definitely starting to make me think. So let me talk you through how this £20 per week food budget is working. The initial parameters are that although we say that it's presumed there's some things available, hot drinks are normally one of them. However, as I've said before, I go through a lot of tea. So one of the things I need to do is I need to budget for that. The first week I bought milk. The second week I bought sugar, as you will see in the budget. Now, it is presumed that there's like salt, some spread or butter, cooking oil, and jam available. Basically, because I made my own jam. But it is that most households will have something of that left over from week to week. But this was written in the first week that I did this. So this is so that I didn't have to buy everything from scratch. To replenish it, I will need to budget for it. And don't use the prepper pantry unless you budget for it. That will become a bit of a different thing, as you will see. But the way I see it, it's not a challenge. It's not a budget £20 a week shop challenge if I use things out of my stockpile. I'm lucky to have that. A lot of people do not have that. They're struggling and they're starting off. So this is what we're going to do. And we're going to just try and show what can be done on a limited budget. And if there's any cash left over at the end of the week, use it to start a stockpile, and hopefully we will manage that, shall we say. Now, as you can see from the picture, this week it's a bit of a different shop, and that was because I was feeling awful. I had to come home from work early on the Friday. I felt rubbish. I hadn't been eating, and I certainly was not going to the shops. So what I did was I did the shopping from what I had in the house. So what I had in the freezer, what I had in the cupboards, but it was priced at the prices I would have paid in Asda that day. Apart from the mince and the sausages, because they were reduced, I think, from Lidl's, so they were whatever price I got them for. So as you can see, we got the mince and the sausages reduced, but the mince, I didn't actually take the mince out of my freezer because, no. What I did was I used a pressure canned jar, so it was the same size. I had just stored it by pressure canning, and as they've been there for about a year, I thought I'm as well using one of them. So it was the same amount, it was the same price, etc. The actual price was taken from a pack in the freezer. The sausages were a pack of sausages that I took out the freezer, tinned carrots and sweet corn and tuna. Sugar, I budgeted for a 2 kilogram bag because that's what I had in the cupboard. Butter, I took out the freezer. It's £1.79 just now in Asda. Now, I know I had said in the preamble that, we would expect people to have some oil or butter or whatever, but I take, most mornings I have toast with butter and jam. So I need to budget for that. I can't just say, oh, well, somebody will have it. No, because once you run out, you have to budget for it. So we have butter, the mixed peppers. You'll see in the picture, it's a bag of frozen peppers that I did. And actually, where that came from was a bag of mixed peppers from Asda that I chopped up and put in the freezer. So it pretty much worked itself out. Frozen peas, which there isn't in the picture because I wasn't going to sit them out of the freezer. Oats, milk, onions, bread, and frozen mash because I didn't have potatoes, I couldn't get to the shop or whatever. So I just put in the frozen mash, and that took me to £20.66. Now, the week before, I had 64p left over. So I'm 2p over budget within 2 weeks, which is not too bad. But as you can see, that is, it's not too bad considering I didn't actually go to the shop. I have a relative variety there, although nothing is fresh, obviously, because I wasn't at the shops. The bread I actually got my daughter Kathleen to bring me, because I really struggle without bread in the morning. What can I say? So what did I eat? Well, Sunday I drank lots of tea. Monday I had lots of tea and a couple of digestive biscuits. Tuesday, lots of tea, but I actually had dinner. And what I did was I made sausage casserole, because obviously I'd bought the bisto, I'd bought the sausages, etc., etc. So I made sausage casserole with onions, bisto, sausages, and had that with mashed potato and peas. Obviously, a whole pack of sausages is way more than just for me. So I fed Kathleen as well, and there's 2 portions still in the freezer. So not so bad. Wednesday, I was feeling so much better, so breakfast, as usual, was toast with butter and jam. Lunch was more toast, because although I was feeling better, I wasn't feeling that much better. And dinner was a tuna pasta vegetable mix. If you look at Wednesday's video, or Thursday's video, I think it was, I put the recipe, or how I do it anyway. I wouldn't really class it as a recipe. But I put that on Thursday's video when people had asked for how I do that. I ate a lot of that tuna pasta thing. It was lush. So Thursday I had toast with butter and jam for breakfast. For lunch I had the leftover pasta, and for dinner I had more pasta. I just basically completely pigged out on the pasta. But sometimes when you make one of your favourite meals, that's just what you do. On Friday, again, breakfast, toast with butter and jam. Lunch, again, was more toast. Dinner, I took out opened the jar of mince, put it in the pot with some onion, and did mash and peas again, and had that. Now, obviously, a whole packet of mince for one person. So I've got probably about 4 portions still in the freezer. It's actually only in 2 tubs, but they're very, very generous portions, shall we say. And so tonight I'm thinking I'll probably have the mince, because although I was supposed to go through to Patrick's, I am exhausted, so we're just going to meet up tomorrow. So tonight will probably be the same as last night. So looking at what we've got going into week 3, where I'm going to Asda tomorrow morning, I was like, oh my goodness, look at what I've got. I've got meatballs and creamy turkey from week 1 and rice. I've got sausage casserole and mince from week 2 with peppers and bisto, and I've still got half a pack of butter. I've still got half a bag of mash. Oh my goodness, that's fabulous. I have 1/3 of a bag of pasta. So that's only one more day, or one more week that's going to do me. I have 1/3 of a bag of lentils. Now, it's the weather's turning. Soup is a big thing, and I like my lentil soup. So I need to think about, am I buying them now? Am I leaving them till next week in the hope that I don't use them? Am I going to maybe put that in next week, next week's budget? I've only got 1/3 of a bottle of the mayonnaise left, because the tuna pasta thing takes a lot of mayonnaise. So although I am exceedingly excited at how much is left going into week 3, I do have to think of replenishing things, because that's me getting to the stage now that if I have another meal with pasta this week, I've got no pasta left. If I do another one of the tuna pastas, I've got no mayonnaise left either. If I make another pot of soup, I've got no lentils left. So these things have to be thought of. You know, I've got half a pack of butter. As you obviously saw, I take that a lot in the mornings on my toast, and have done for lunch this week. But next week I intend to have proper lunches. But I've only got half a pack of butter left, so I need to budget butter. So this initial, oh my goodness, I'm doing great. Isn't it great? You can do £20 a week on shopping for a single person. Isn't this fabulous? And I was thinking it was absolutely fabulous. And then I looked at the 1/3 of a bag of pasta, 1/3 of a bag of lentils, 1/3 of a bottle of mayonnaise, only half a pack of butter. So I'm starting to run out of things already. And as I said earlier in the week, I need to get toilet roll, because everyone has to buy toilet roll. So you need to get toilet roll. So that has to go in the budget. Shampoo, there's only one of me. Shampoo can wait another couple of weeks. But yeah, these things have to be done. So I can't decide if I'm really excited about how much I've got left, or if I'm really panicking about how much I'm going to have to buy tomorrow and whether I can budget. I have looked at Asda and I have one sort of shopping list already prepared, but we'll see how we get on in the morning. So I hope you're having a good weekend. I am going to go and sit. I had pre-made a cup of tea before I did this, so it is going to be perfect drinkable temperature now. And as you obviously heard in the background, my phone has been bing-bonging, so I will go and see what's happening on the phone. Catch you later.